What does Pepsi and Poppi have in common? Well, Pepsi is going to buy Poppi for almost $2 billion. If that sounds like a lot, it is. But Poppi is one of the leaders in the what are they calling it? The functional beverage category, because I think all drinks have a function. This one just kind of helps your functions go, if you know what I mean, because it's a prebiotic soda. But what's interesting is Coca-Cola just released their new Simply Pop probiotic soda, healthier for you soda. So obviously Pepsi didn't have enough time to create their own, so they went out and just bought another, successful company. That sounds perfectly reasonable.
Just to
No,
step it up.
yeah, why not? Like they were obviously late to the game, so we're just, instead of making the appetizer, we're just gonna buy it at the store, pass it off as our own. But I did find it interesting that the two biggest names is Poppi and Olipop. They actually started the exact same year. They both started in 2018. I thought one came before the other.
Right.
But what was interesting is Poppy's formula includes apple cider vinegar, prebiotics, and just 5 grams of sugar. But Poppy's the one that we talked about had some backlash for their health claims. They were forced, they faced a class action lawsuit,
Right.
basically stating that their drinks are not as healthy as it is packaged and how it is claimed on the packaging. Well, just last week, Poppi settled that lawsuit for a whopping $8.9 million. Now, here's where it gets a little funny. So, in this lawsuit, they basically state that each can of soda only contains 2 grams of prebiotic fiber, an amount too low to actually be meaningful to gut health at all.
Right.
The lawsuit claims that a consumer would need to drink more than 4 cans of Poppi in a day to realize any gut health benefits from the amount of prebiotic fiber found in the drinks.
Yeah.
But if a customer actually drank that much, the sugar content in the Poppi would offset most, if not all, of the prebiotic fiber. So, yeah, that's a problem. Now, what's interesting as well is that last year, Olipop founder, his name is Ben Goodwin, told CNBC that both soda giants, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, had already knocked on his door about a potential sale. So, even though this seems kind of kismet that Coca-Cola launches a new brand, Pepsi buys the other brand, it's actually
already
been
been in the
in the works
works.
for a long time.
Right.
So, I did find it funny that a lot of people on social media are very upset. They were extremely upset when Pepsi was going to announce that they were going to buy Siete Foods, because Siete Foods, a lot of people that are health conscious, it's just a brand that people feel very strongly about. And apparently there's lots of Poppi lovers out there, and they were like, if Pepsi buys them, I'm done. Lots of comments like that. I did find one comment like extreme, like it was a bust out laughing kind of moment. And they said, oh my gosh, what if Pepsi buys it, changes the formula, and actually makes it taste good?
I feel that one. I just
Oh,
can't. Like I love a good funky beverage. I even like kombucha. We've talked about this. You think I'm
oh.
nuts. Fine. Think I'm crazy. I like kombucha. I have one in my refrigerator at work right now that is a peach flavored kombucha, and it is delicious.
I
But
don't think making it peach flavor makes it taste, doesn't sound any better to me.
it does. I've had crappy flavors, but good flavors are good. Anyway, regardless, as someone who likes a weird tangy beverage, Poppy doesn't hit for me at all. None
I,
of the probiotic prebiotic drinks hit. Just
I feel like I don't have any skin in this game because I don't like Olipop. I don't like Poppy. I don't really care for Pepsi or Coke. I mean, like, there's literally nothing that's affecting me here. But I do find it funny that they just settled the lawsuit and then, like, 2 days later, they announced they're getting bought out. But I mean, so Poppy's now going to have to go under a transformation, whether they like it or not, because with
Yeah.
settling this lawsuit, even though they're not quote unquote admitting fault, they're still going to have to change their marketing campaign. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like, maybe they should have gone after Olipop instead, because this is basically going to have to be a relaunch for the brand Poppy. And it doesn't sound like they got like a super good deal on it.
Well, to a point though, like there are people who genuinely like it. Like
Yeah.
we may not be those people. We are not the target audience for this, but like Target carries sweatshirts that say Poppy on them. Like,
Really?
yeah, they have an entire little like retail marketing area that's just Poppy, and it's not in the grocery section; it's in the clothes. And I think I've seen one or two on people, which is wild in my opinion. But like I don't know. I have a ramen sweatshirt, so who am I to judge? Like,
My son has a ramen t-shirt. Um, but I did find it interesting that this will not be the first rebrand of Poppy.
oh,
Okay? Did you know that when Poppy was first hit the market, its actual name was Mother Beverage? Yeah.
ew. I can see why it changed.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
they changed it, they rebranded it to Poppy. So I don't think they're gonna change the name, but I think they either are gonna figure out a way to add more prebiotic fibers so that way they can actually live up to the claims they make,
yeah.
or, you know, they're just gonna, I mean, so they might have to reformulate it, and then maybe they will make it taste good. Will I try it again just to check? Probably not. I mean, I feel like that ship has sailed.
My kid might. She picked one up not long ago, and I was like, "Why?" And then she tried it. She's like, "It's not good." I was like, "I know," but again, it's
But
and
kids have gotta learn for themselves. If they don't try it themselves, they'll never learn.
but you know my kid. She's got a pretty refined palate for
Yeah.
an 11-year-old.
I don't know anybody that's refined enough to actually like Poppy. I'm just saying.
She eats things like goat cheese and brie and spinach artichoke dip with her pita crackers. Like, yes, I know I've bred a bougie child, but nonetheless,
Well, the bougie apple didn't fall far from the bougie tree. I'm just saying. Just saying.
she eats her
But so let us
vegetables.
know down below. Are you actually a fan of Poppy? I mean, obviously they have a crap ton of sales, so there's got to be a Poppy fan out there. Please let me know down below. Are you a Poppy fan? Or maybe you're an Olipop fan. Or maybe you think probiotic, prebiotic, whatever, healthy soda is just yucky. Let us know down below.